Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry it's been a while. I've actually been super busy, and honestly, there hasn't been too much happening in the cruise world. There's been a lot happening in the cruise world, obviously, but not too much that everybody doesn't already know. So I'm just doing this quick video to say that obviously that I'm still here. I haven't forgotten anybody, and also just a sad day for me personally. As some of you may know or may not know, I don't know. The cruise line Pullmantur, which was 49% of which was owned by the Royal Caribbean Group, um, it. It has gone into liquidation, so it is no more. Now, the reason why this is sad for me personally is because the Pullmantur Sovereign and the Pullmantur Monarch used to be in the Royal Caribbean Fleet as Sovereign of the Seas and Monarch of the Seas. Now, I personally spent three contracts on the Sovereign, and excuse me, it was one of my favorite ships. Now, the itinerary wasn't my favorite because we were doing 3 and 4 day booze cruises out of Port Canaveral, going to Nassau and Coco Cay. However, I met some incredible people who are still friends with me to this day on the Sovereign. I actually met my wife on the Sovereign, and sadly, it's being scrapped. Now, again, just for me personally, that is a sad day. I will miss the Sovereign. I love that ship. She was old and battered, and then she got a revitalization in 2006, and was a lovely ship. But yeah, so unfortunately, she is gone, as is the Monarch. So obviously, that's just a personal sadness for me. But again, I forgot at the beginning. I am Simon with the Inside Cruiser. So, like I said, I've been away for a little bit, just been crazy, crazy busy, and there hasn't been too much to report on. Luckily, most of the crew members stuck at sea have been repatriated. Not all of them, but most of them. They're getting that done. Obviously, the CDC has extended its no sail rule until October, um, which is understandable. In fact, I would be very surprised if, honestly, it didn't get extended till November, December time, especially in the wake of the kind of respike, I guess, of the virus in the U.S. Now, obviously, for that. One of the big news, I guess, that has been coming out is that the Carnival Corporation are selling off a lot of its ships, not just for Carnival, but the Carnival Corporation, i.e., Princess, Holland America, Cunard, etc., etc. So with all their lines, I believe they're selling off something like 13 different ships. Now, they had been intending to do this anyway. They're just getting it done a little bit faster now, I guess, because of the virus and their need for funds. But for those of you who love Holland America, sadly, 4 of Holland America's ships are going to be part of that sell-off. When will companies be starting to sail again? Again, it's looking like October through November, assuming the CDC leave their no sale date until October. Obviously, if it gets extended, then that it's going to get extended also. Now, also the Royal Caribbean, the Suspension Meyer Werft, which is one of the big shipbuilders in Germany and Papenburg, was have laid off 3,000 of its employees because most of the companies who are having ships built obviously can't afford to have them continued right now. So the shipbuilding company itself is laying off a lot of people, which is terrible. Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas was supposed to begin operations in China in 2021. And now the kind of sale or rollout date of that ship has been suspended with no actual time given for when it might actually happen. What else? Let's see. In case you're wondering what Holland America ships are being sold, let me just double check on the names. I can't remember off the top of my head. So let's have a look. Sorry. I had this written down somewhere and I left my paper. So the Amsterdam, the Maasdam, the Rotterdam, and the Veendam will be leaving the fleet this year. Undisclosed buyers. The Amsterdam and Rotterdam are going to Fred Olsen Cruise Lines, but they have not said where the other two are going. So I know that'll upset a lot of people. They're very popular ships, and especially for doing the shorter world cruises and world itineraries. Also, doing Alaska. Those were the ships that did a lot of Alaska. Now, a lot of you have been asking, what needs to happen before cruises can start again. Obviously, there's a huge infrastructure in order to make cruise happen. Flights have to be available. Vendors have to be available to supply product for the ship. Crew needs to be able to get to and from the ship. So for a start, all of that stuff has to be ready. But honestly, nobody really knows exactly what needs to be happening because there are new policies that have to be approved by the CDC. The end of the no sail order at the moment, as it stands, is in October. But again, don't be surprised if that gets extended. Royal Caribbean CEO Richard Fain said that, and I quote, "We won't come back until we're absolutely sure that we've done everything we can to work to protect the safety of all of our guests and crew." That's kind of vague. He hasn't specified of what exactly needs to be done to ensure that happens. But obviously, number one, ports need to reopen. There's no point in going on a cruise, like a 7-day cruise to nowhere. That's kind of boring. So the ports need to be reopened. And at the moment, the Bahamas, for example, is closed to all Americans. So Bahamas is a huge port for all cruise ships. So that one won't help for sure. What else needs to happen? Like I said. Oh, sorry, I just got a call coming in there for a second. I just had to turn that off. So obviously you need to be able to get into the ports. Guests need to be able to get to the ships, which means flights to and from various countries need to be allowing guests arrive and guests leave. Vendors, suppliers for food, obviously, and drinks, they'll need to be they need to be able to get food and drinks on the ship, and of course crew. I mean, they've had such a hard time just getting the crew back in the first place that some people are still haven't even managed to be repatriated yet. So getting crew back on the ships at this point is going to be difficult. So until all of those very basic things can happen, and obviously hotels need to be open as well, then cruising, even if there was no CDC ban, cruising still couldn't happen. So anyway, that was just a quick one to say hi and to tell you all that I haven't forgotten you. If you haven't already, please hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Obviously, that helps with the YouTube algorithm, and obviously it helps me to let you know if you're enjoying my content. But for now, I'm just gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna post another video tomorrow, and I should be back in a regular flow again now that things have calmed down a little bit for me. But I hope everybody's staying safe. If you have any questions, of course, comments, just leave them in the comment section below. But for now, I'm Simon, the Inside Cruiser, and I will speak to you all again soon. Take care, goodbye, stay safe.